to Trailside Nature Museum. My name is Jason Klein, and I'm the curator here. I've been the curator here since September of 2009, and I'd like to tell you a little bit about the programs that we offer here at Trailside Nature Museum. The museum is a Westchester County operation located in beautiful Ward Pound Ridge Reservation. Both of these are brought to you by you, the taxpayers of Westchester County. So thank you for your support. Trailside Nature Museum was built in 1937 by the Civilian Conservation Corps and had an addition put on in 1976 where we're currently standing right now. This is where we offer our school programs, and throughout the year, Trailside Nature Museum offers programs geared for school children and classes, as well as the general public, mostly on weekends for the general public. So I'd like to walk you through a simple year of the programs that we offer during the different seasons. So we'll start in January. We'll go through a calendar year. So in January, it's winter outside, typically cold. Sometimes we have snow on the ground. So a lot of the programs that we offer are based around tracking. So some of our popular programs at that time of year are tracking for kids. Then in February and March, we start up with our maple sugaring. So it's a beautiful time to come over to the reservation, especially on those warm March days when it gets up into the 40s and we get the sap flowing from the maple trees, and we're actively making maple syrup at our sugar house. Now the syrup, a lot of times people ask if our syrup is for sale. Unfortunately, it is not. However, we do give our syrup away to the volunteers. And so if you'd like, you're welcome to come down and volunteer for some of our programs or for our maple sugaring program. And of course, we'd love to give you some syrup in return for your time. So we do make maple syrup throughout February and March. And on some Saturdays during that time, we'll have Sugar House Chats, where we invite the public to come in and see what we're doing as we're turning that sap into nature's sweet reward. And we also do those programs for the schools as well. A lot of times schools will come by to see how maple syrup is made, and we'll talk about the biology and the history of maple sugaring and give a live example of how we're doing that. And of course, one of our most popular programs in late March is the Sugaring Off Party. A lot of times we'll have fiddler that will come and play. We'll often have food and, as I said, the music and dancing, and give live demonstrations on how we make that maple syrup, so that as we go through the process of the program, we're also tasting some products that were made with the syrup. My personal favorite are the maple beans. Once we start heading into spring a little bit more, we start to see the wildflowers bloom. It's a wonderful time to come visit our wildflower garden. The Payne LaCour Wildflower Garden has been around since the 1960s and was fenced in the 1980s. So it's a half-acre garden that is free of deer browse. And a lot of wildflowers start blooming in April with peak time in early May. Right around Mother's Day is usually when we have peak bloom. But springtime is also a great time to study amphibians. And so a lot of our programs tend to focus on amphibians, especially our Amphibians for Kids program, typically in April. School groups at that time, a lot of times, are coming in for stream study or pond study and even archaeology programs. And May takes us also into spring migration, where we start to see the warblers. And there are thousands of, maybe hundreds of thousands of birds that pass through Ward Pound Ridge Reservation on their way north in the spring. A lot of those will be warblers, some of the most beautiful small passerines that we have that come through. And we lead programs on the weekends, early morning bird walks. We'll also continue with our stream study and also walks that just take us out into nature. A lot of times schools at that time are also coming for our archaeology program, sometimes our Eastern Woodland Indian program, although that's more popular in the fall. Once we start to hit June, schools wind down, we start to minimize the programs that we do at the museum to get ready for our summer camp. Trailside Nature Museum has been running a children's summer ecology program for over 30 years already. And That program is designed for students going into grades 1 through 9. And we split them up into 4 separate groups, and they join up with wonderful counselors who walk them around the reservation, explaining ecology, taking them to the named spots in the park, and really showing them a great time in nature and getting them comfortable being in nature. We play games, we do activities, all designed around ecology. Whether it's visiting a vernal pool and learning about the amphibians and insects that live there, whether it's visiting a stream in the park and catching some crayfish, or hiking to the Leatherman's Cave to learn about this historic figure that wandered here in the 1800s. The kids can enjoy nature with wonderful counselors showing them a great time in nature. So the summer camp runs typically in July and August. We start booking in February. So if you're interested, please visit our website or give a call to the museum so that we can let you know more about the summer camp, because it really is one of our best times of year. After the summer is over, we move into the fall. Now, if you visited the park in the fall, you know it's one of the best times to be here. The leaves are changing color. It really becomes a beautiful place in the fall. And we lead programs on the weekends, anywhere from fall foliage hikes to our 2 programs that we have with a master storyteller, Jonathan Kruk. Typically those programs are in late September and early November. The first one is Legends and Lore of the Little People, talking about the fairies or the elves that may wander the woods. And the second one is, again, a hike to Leatherman's Cave. And both of those programs are co-sponsored by the Friends of Trailside Nature Museum and Ward Pound Ridge Reservation. And both of those programs also have been going on for over 30 years. With the school programs at that time of year, really our most popular program is our Eastern Woodland Indian program. We have a wigwam located behind the sugar house. We use the sugar house in our classroom here, and we have lots of examples of actual artifacts from the Lenape, the natives that lived in this area historically. And we bring school groups around to the 3 stations talking about the food, tools, and toys of the Lenape and how people lived here starting about 12,000 years ago. Ways that their lives were similar to ours, ways that their lives differed from ours today. And that's probably our most popular program, as I said. And we really do that through September, October, November, even into December. Schools come from all over the tri-state area, including many from Manhattan and other parts of New York City. And then again, we start heading into winter, where we're looking again into the holiday decorations from nature program, maybe a Groundhog Day program back in February, and again heading back into winter. So we've gone through a very brief history, or year I should say, of Ward Pound Ridge Reservation and the things that can be seen there, but also the programs that we do at the Trailside Nature Museum. And so I'd welcome you to come see one of our programs. Our programs are available online. You can see what programs are available online at friendsoftrailside.org would be the best website to see our calendar of events, or westchestergov.com/parks would be another great place to find out what we're doing here. And of course, you can always contact the museum. Again, we do have programs most Saturdays throughout the year, and we're running school programs on weekdays throughout the year. So please come visit us. We'd love to see you, and we hope that you enjoy your hiking at Ward Pound Ridge Reservation. I'm Jason Klein, curator of Trailside Nature Museum. Thank you, and I hope to see you at the museum or Ward Pound Ridge Reservation soon.
You're watching Lewisboro Community Television, Channel 20.